Midnight Madness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got this midnight madness. Madness. You're gonna get it, midnight madness. You're gonna get it, midnight madness. You're gonna get it, midnight madness. You're gonna get it.
And now the Midnight Madness Show, where it's always sunny and 82 degrees. Here's your host, the DJ Doctor.
Good morning. Sunny, 82 degrees out here in Manchester, Tennessee, live at the good old 13th floor of the high-rise in Manchester, Tennessee. We're at the WFMC Jams Loft, or Lair, as we like to say it here. I'm Mark, the DJ Doctor. Lair? Like Uncle Lair?
Right.
Next to me is the one, the only, the Hillbilly Heartthrob. You have all your digits, don't you?
Some days.
Some days. Okay. How you doing there, Jason?
I'm wonderful. Mark, how are you?
Man, you sound like a puppet or something over there.
No, but my lips move.
I don't even want to say that. I don't even want to go there. After the words left my mouth, I should have never went there. So it's going to be a good show. You can tell already by the opening. To our left, we have the one, the only, Velvet Presley. How you doing, Rebecca?
I'm doing great. Much better.
That's good. She's got a long trip out, so she's going to be heading out here a little later on tonight, and we'll get her back next week. So time for the show. To her extreme left, next to your Alt-Delete buttons, is the one, the only, awesome Andy. How you doing, Andy?
Wonderful. That's the only way I can describe it.
Just it? Just wonderful.
That's it.
Man, somebody ought to write a song about that. Wonderful. Well, good. We're glad to have Andy on there. So, Jason, tell us who our guest is.
Which one?
Well, the first one would be more helpful. Chronologically.
Oh, okay. Well, we actually got two great artists tonight. We're going to start off with this one, Mr. Tanner Hillis.
Tanner Hillis. How you doing, Tanner?
Thank you, guys. I'm doing great.
He's sporting a new haircut. That's why I didn't recognize him from the first time. Tanner's been on our show before, so we're going to let you kick off a song, Tanner, and then we're going to get to find out more about you, okay?
All right, sounds good. All right, we'll do a little gospel song that I had a little story to here. Here we go. Oh, amazing grace, how sweet that sound when the night time's black, the devil's on me like a hound. I can't get no sleep, I can't get no relief, and every morning I wake up alone when the devil came through and made himself a home. Well, early in the morning, just before that old rooster crowed, I heard a cry of terror from my lover when she saw Louis unpacking his clothes. Well, I swallowed my whiskey, Lord, I burned down the shack. Oh, I tied up my boots and I ran so fast, but it's too late. It's just me and the devil behind. Well, I went to bed before the dusk of dawn. Lord, the devil came through to make sure I wasn't gone. He's like my mother, too afraid to let me go. Well, I waited till the stars freckled the sky. I flew open my window, and buddy, did I fly down to Tennessee. Lord, the only place the devil doesn't know. Oh, amazing grace, how sweet that sound that could save an old wretch like me. Yes, oh Lord, I was once so lost, oh brother, now I'm found. I was blind, Lord, oh, but now I can see. Thank God the devil ain't allowed in Tennessee.
Mr. Tanner Hillis, everybody.
Thank you.
Great opening number, Tanner.
Thank you.
Now, you got a whistling part in there. Now, I know a lot of musicians that do whistling in their songs. I've heard Barry Manilow, who does whistling in his songs. I've heard Billy Joel, who does whistling in their songs. I've heard an interview where they say that's the hardest part of the song for them to master. Is that same for you? Is that the hardest, or does it just come natural?
I've just always loved whistling. It keeps me happy just to whistle all the
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, some people, they concentrate too much on the whistle part, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
I like, I don't know if you've ever heard of Andrew Bird. He's kind of a newer artist, but he does a lot of whistling, and big inspiration for that. I
Yeah,
guess.
that's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Yeah, I was curious about that, how that affects you mentally. Sometimes, like I say, some of the big boys say that's the hardest part about the song was the whistle part. So,
It just keeps me happy, just whistling.
well, good. Well, Tanner, we're glad you're a part of the show again. It's been a while since we had you on. I'm going to make credits here to Chris out there at New York City at heatfmradio.com. We want to thank you, Chris, for sharing our music and our love with us tonight. I don't think, Tanner, the last time you were with us, we were syndicated with New York station. Yeah,
No,
so
at the time
I
we
believe
weren't.
so. It's
yeah,
pretty new,
so this is new for you. So we're going to kind of rehash some of the same old questions we did before, just because we got a whole bunch more listeners. Not only with the New York people that's been listening, well, the New York-based people. He's internet, so he's got people all over the United States and the world too. But since we got that whole group of people listening, we've also about quadruple or did ours also in the last few months. So we got a whole bunch of brand new listeners for the WFMC Jam side. So let's find out where you're from. Where did you come from originally?
All right, so I'm from Van Buren County, Tennessee, about an hour away from here.
You're
Yeah.
Tennessee born and bred. Okay.
Yep.
So you come from a musical family, mom, dad, brother, sister, any of them, or is it just you?
My great-grandmother played a little bit.
Okay.
She'd done a little picking, and that's about it, yeah.
So what got you involved in music? What flipped the switch for you?
Well, so I'll tell this story anytime anybody asks this, but there was this guy when I was in, I guess, middle school. He was a high schooler at that time, and he always used to bring his guitar to the high school at the lunch, and he would play, like, music. And it was a really small school and everything, but everybody would be talking and everything really loud, but he would just, like, sit in the corner and just, like, close his eyes and play some, like, Ryan Adams tunes and stuff. And I guess, like, since that day, I always just wanted to feel what he was feeling.
Right.
'Cause, you could tell he was just feeling so much emotion, and not a lot of people were paying much mind to it. So that's what I've been going for since.
Now, how old were you when you were in middle school? So
Yeah.
what age did that put you about? You think that's...
Yeah, I was about 13 or 14 when I started,
okay.
yeah.
Well, that's cool. So did you go out and get a guitar right away? Did you what were the steps for you to start
So I told my parents that I wanted to play music, and I'd gone through a bunch of hobbies at that time, so
Right.
they were kind of reluctant at first, but they thought it would be sitting in the corner. But a guy that my father worked with, he gave me a guitar. He said that to keep it, and so that was my first guitar. So I was
Okay.
lucky about that. Yeah,
You still have the guitar.
I still have the guitar for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What was the very first song you learned?
Ooh, oh, I don't know. That's
Don't
a
remember.
good question. Yeah, it's been a
Okay.
while.
Okay. What was like other than that guy? What was like the first artist that kind of inspired you? Who was that kind of flipped the trigger for you? Also, a band or an artist?
Well, it was kind of thanks to him too, but I started listening to him more, and he was singing Ron Adams tunes. And,
Okay.
Ron Adams made this album in 2000, I think, David Rawlings, and he produced it, but it was called Heartbreaker, and it was just it was purely like acoustic, kind of really deep album, and I just eat that album up. That's really what got me going.
Okay.
And I actually got to see him perform 2 days ago at the Pilgrimage Festival, so it was really neat. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Have you always been pretty much a solo artist, or did you get into the band thing at all?
Yeah, I've played in a few bands. Had a pleasure playing with a bunch of talented people. Yeah, I played in a few bands.
What was the name of the very first band you can remember you played in?
The first band I played in was called the Big Woman Band.
The Big Woman Band? We don't even want to go any farther than that.
Jason, you have a connection to that.
Yes.
Oh, wait a minute.
No, that's not going to be the name of Jason's band. Big Woman Band. Okay, we won't ask for any.
We were high schooler kids, and we were just probably thinking of the craziest band name ever, and that just got.
And
brought
that
up.
just
That was
came
it.
up, and you all went, "Yeah, that's it."
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I've heard some crazy names before in the bands. That's why I always like to listen to the guys' first band they ever was in. You hear some of the crazy, especially the older bands. You know, when they start talking about bell bottoms and crew cuts.
Well, that's
and all
because you
kinds of
guys
stuff.
were all high.
Not all of us.
Most of you.
Okay, not all of us.
You just don't remember the 70s.
There was a 70s period, 1870s maybe. I remember that. But well, good. Well, why don't you pop out another number for us real quick? Kind of tell us what
Can
you're
I
going to do.
request one?
Okay.
Uh-oh, we got a request
Yeah, sure.
already.
Maybe.
I don't know the title of it, but it's the one where you talk about killing a dad.
Okay. All right.
Oh, this is
Yeah.
going to be a real nice song. Thanks, Jason.
So I have to give a little pre-warning for this song. I always have to, because my father got a little upset at this. But this song really isn't about my father, or really not my personal life. But I've seen some friends go through this, and it just really struck me to write a song about it. So this is called One Good Reason, right? Here we go.
I grew up in the projects with the greasy women and the hot checks, and the rich kids drove around showing their teeth. We played basketball with the rocks, and you can get famous from standing on the block. We got everything a poor man needs to see. I lived over in 27A, where the walls are brown but the floor is gray, and I fell asleep to all my brothers crying. I remember when my daddy came home, it was me. I was all alone, and he acted like he'd only been gone since last night. I said, Lord, give me one good reason not to put no gun to his head. I said, Lord, give me one good reason not to leave my so-called daddy dead. He asked me if I needed any money. He told jokes that weren't too funny, and we stared at those holes upon the wall.
lyrics. That's pretty bad, isn't it? Oh, man.
I said, Lord, give me one good reason not to put no gun to his head. I said, Lord, give me one good reason not to leave my so-called daddy dead. Well, my mom came through with things to eat. She had bought it with a neighbor's EBT, and my dad, he had enough nerve to stand. Her eyes grew as big as the sun. Her mouth flew open. Out the door she run. Oh my God, I'm about to shoot this sorry man. I said, Lord, give me one good reason not to put no gun to his head. I said, Lord, give me one good reason not to leave my so-called daddy dead. Well, I stepped outside for a smoke, and a woman stopped and she told me, she said, now son, you got your father's grin. Well, then I went inside and I took 2 shots of peroxide, and I made sure I never heard those filthy words again. I said, Lord, give me one good reason not to put no gun to his head. I said, Lord, give me one good reason not to leave my so-called daddy dead.
It's morbid, but I like it.
Very descriptive. Now, when you set out to write a song, do they just come to you? Do you see stuff on TV, or hear your friends, or stuff in real life come to you, or you just how your songwriting?
They come different ways. Sometimes I think of ways, and then necessarily the song that I write doesn't. I just kind of mix things in there that I'm really feeling. I haven't really gone like super personal with writing songs yet.
Right.
Always, I don't know. It's just, sometimes I'll write down like really personal songs, and they're just like too dark and stuff. I don't know. Nobody would like them.
No one but you, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
All
I don't
right.
know. I'm very observant. I've always just been a listener. That's something my grandpa kind of told me was instead of like spending your time just talking and stuff, just spend more time listening. And I've heard some good stories over the years, and
yeah. There's a good story about that with the drummer for Rush, Neil Peart, writes the lyrics for all the Rush tunes. And when his first wife was alive, they would drive out through the countryside in Canada, and she'd drive, and he'd sit in the passenger side and look out the window, and she'd go, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm working."
that's
Wouldn't
awesome.
say a word. That was just his way of creating the song. So every songwriter's different. I like to hear everybody do it. That's not a talent I've ever had, so I like to hear how you guys get inspired. So, Andy?
I've listened to Tanner perform for a long time, so I'm really glad tonight that I've actually got him here on stage with us. But one thing I was thinking about why he was, performing, and it's one talent that he specifically has, and it is the ability to communicate what we would normally think about trying to say, but we won't say. And Tanner does that with his writing ability. He'll consider himself a little bit of a dark writer, but I see him as one that really takes more passion in creating that visual scene and that visual song. And that's one talent that he has. He communicates the song very well to the degree that you understand exactly what's going on, and then you're wrapped in the song itself. And that's a really great thing because it's very creative, but also at the same time it's an extreme talent. So I know you draw on a lot of emotion. A lot of his songs, they all have a different edge or a different twist, but they also wrap you up in them to where you just want to keep listening because you don't really know what next is coming. And that is a talent that Tanner has. He's a true folk artist.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Let's talk about your singing skills. Did you develop that through school, or was it at a church, or just kind of singing just in the backyard?
So I started
Or
singing.
wherever.
I started singing a little bit, and I did take some voice lessons from some people in McMinnville, Warren County, named Scott and Jackie Leduc. We actually played some music together and played out of state a little bit, and they taught me. Jackie Leduc really taught me some really vocal fundamentals and stuff that was nice to have. Yeah.
Okay. So the guitar playing, self-taught? Did you take lessons there too?
That'd be YouTube. Yeah.
YouTube lessons.
But I don't call myself a guitar player at all. So
That's because you haven't taken lessons at the Family Music School yet, which will bring you up to a level.
You're already play a dozen more chords than me.
Well, that we'll leave that left unsaid. But no, you do a fine job. Now, you really haven't been doing it for very long. I mean, it's not been a long time since middle school to you're still a young man, so you come a long ways.
Middle school was just last year.
It seemed like it. Some of these guys are very young. Now, with that, have you you make your way around the songwriter rounds in Nashville or McMinnville, or you keeping yourself pretty hot on the performance side?
So I haven't got to play too much here lately. I do play some songwriter rounds in McMinnville at Collins River Barbecue. And I play some shows every now and then, but school and work's kind of kept me busy right now. But I'm hoping like next year to get going on some more shows and stuff like that.
Actually, if you need some help with your musician time, just quit your job. You don't need that.
Yeah.
That's it. Who needs to pay bills? Be a real musician. Just quit your job. Now kids don't do that. People across the country will quit their jobs and blame it on me. But he will hurt Rob told me to say that. So, anyways,
I've tried to quit 100 times. It won't let me.
I told Jason he needs to quit his job. That way we can get to perform more. But so, no, that's good. So, do you write every day, every week? About how often you sit down to do your thing?
So I don't necessarily write things down every day, but I'm always like thinking. I'm just always trying to place like things that rhyme together and stuff.
Well, there's a new concept. Always thinking.
Always thinking. Again, that's why they're on our show, because they think versus being DJs.
Mention of thinking, I don't want to forget to point this out. He does have a CD that's out.
Well, how do we get that CD?
Yeah,
Come on now,
it's really
Tanner.
good.
So I've got it on Bandcamp.
Okay.
And you can find me on Facebook too. Just add me on Facebook or something. We'll be friends. I'll be happy to send somebody one if they want one.
And your Facebook, is it just Tanner Hillis?
Tanner Hillis Music. Yeah.
Okay, Tanner Hillis Music. Okay.
Yep.
All right, and then Bandcamp, and then do you have a website at all?
I do have a website. Yeah.
What's the name of the website?
It's TannerHillis.com.
Okay, TannerHillis.com. All right, let's just throw out names here. Yee? Yeah. Okay. Well, the first one, I'll let Rebecca say that one. But you got Travis Bedwell, Michelle Irvin, Bailey DeWeese. Your thing just went dark here. Darlene Simmons and Keith Hillis are all saying good job. They're listening. Good job. And Rebecca, you say the first one there so I don't mess it up. Lee? Lee. All right. One of Rebecca's boss's wives, I guess.
Oh, awesome. Yeah.
So they got some pictures of you on there. So if you want to see the pictures of Tanner, jump on our Facebook page. It's nothing more than Facebook.com/WFMCJams, check it out. Like the page, share the page. People that are listening also on HeatFMRadio.com, make sure you like radio, HeatFMRadio.com. Make sure you...
Radio, Heat FM?
HeatFMRadio.com. I said it twice. HeatFMRadio.com. There's 3 times. So make sure you jump on their page and say hey to Chris, and thanks for sharing our music out there, Chris. So you got 2 websites promoting the music. So let's get back into another song real quick. An hour don't stay too long. You're already busting into it. So get us another great tune.
All right. So I'm going to play a song that I kind of wrote recently.
Okay.
This doesn't. I don't know what influenced this song, but I guess it's just a story song. This is called "A Yellow-Bellied Wolves" right here.
All right.
Clock it strikes 4, I have locked my lonesome door. I am tired, I can't take the howling anymore. Oh, the dogs, they have grown hungry, they always want something from me. Well, they bark until the break of morn. Just a young, worn-out fellow captured all the sparrows, locked them in his own bedroom. Oh, he's never been too hostile, just pleading for a gospel to keep away of them yellow-bellied wolves. Where we gonna go? Where we gonna hide? Where we gonna go when them yellow-bellied wolves roam the night? There's a girl that hears my help, but she keeps to herself, for her folks told her not to speak to strangers. Oh, she knows that it's wrong to ignore my pleading song. With the one she'd never met, oh, he's in danger. Where we gonna go? Where we gonna hide? Where we gonna go when them yellow-bellied wolves roam the night? Oh, the morning sun is risen as it sneaks through my kitchen, and them wolves scurry across my lonesome hill. Oh, there's a knock upon my door. She couldn't take the distance anymore, but it's too late, the yellow bellies were to be filled. Where we gonna go? Where we gonna hide? Where we gonna go when them yellow-bellied wolves roam the night?
Mr. Tanner Hillis, everybody.
Where's your next show? Where do you go from here?
Where do I go from here? I'm playing at a barn sale next weekend in little past Cookville. That's my next show I got going on. Yeah.
A barn what?
A barn sale.
Barn sale.
Not selling a barn, but having like little booths set up in a barn. Yeah.
Kind of a flea market kind of a
Sort
thing?
of, yeah.
Sort of?
The more
Yeah, now, where's that? You said that's in Cookville?
It's past Cookville.
Okay.
I forgot the city name of it. It's called the Whiskey Barrel Chandelier Barn Sale.
Oh, so it's got a big title for the name.
Yeah.
So they can go on your Facebook page or website and find
Yeah, there
that
we go.
information
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
So you got all your show dates and stuff all on there?
Yeah, I try to
they can
keep
find
it
out.
updated on Facebook. Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Have you done the thing in Nashville yet? Have you done any of the songwriters up in Nashville? You said you done the stuff around McMinnville.
I haven't. Me and my buddy played at the Bluebird. It's been 3 or 4 years ago. We just went down on an open mic night and tried that. But
Right.
I'm thinking that might be the last time I've been to Nashville.
Okay.
There's something about Nashville that just intimidates me. I don't know, but I don't know.
We need to get you up there on up there at the Commodore Grill, especially on a Sunday. We host that up there live. Well, we don't host it. The Debbie Champion hosts the songwriter event, but we're
just
record
there to
live.
broadcast.
We're there to broadcast each and every Sunday. Brian, how long have we been doing that now? 4 years? Brian's mic's not on. I think we've been doing a little over 4 years. That we've been doing every Sunday up there, mostly every Sunday. Once in a while, there's a Sunday off, but we've got to get you up there.
Maybe he had a bathroom break.
Yeah, well, Brian might be eating for all we know.
I've actually tried to talk Tanner into going with me down to Douglas Corner several times.
Yeah.
And, I still think we need to make that trip.
I would love that. Yeah.
I know he's a little concerned about being intimidated by Nashville, but I don't think he has anything to worry about. I think.
Well, you got to get up to.
I really don't.
The Commodore Grill at the Holiday Inn West End over there by Vanderbilt, which did an extremely good job against the Alabama Crimson Tide this weekend. But you got to get up there, go to the Commodore Grill. You go on a Sunday night, you got to get there early when Debbie gets there so you can get your name on the list because you got to do an open mic night before they put you on a songwriter round. But I think you'll enjoy it. It's a great venue, a lot of people there. Some of the right people are there, the ones that can say yes. And that's what you want, is the yes people. So
You got some to say no to.
yeah, well, there's more people that say no than there is yes, but you want those. You want to get there where you might get the yes people involved. And we're going to talk to Charlie Allen here in a little while, and he can give you all the biz information about how many times people said no to him and how many times they said yes. It's all about fighting and sticking to your guns and doing what you need to do. So. And we got to get you up there, a songwriter round. We'd love to get you on there. And, of course, we archive those as well as the show tonight. So if you want to hear your show or you got family and friends that couldn't make the show or you just like the interview with Tanner or you hear a song, you can go back to our WFMC Jams page.
You can order copies of the show at $14.95 a piece.
$14.95. Yeah, operators are standing.
Bye.
Bye. But, you can go on our Facebook page. We do archive all the shows here, too. So
That's awesome.
Make sure you check out Tanner and share his
Why don't you
music.
spit the number out there, Andy? You got it memorized.
Andy, you got the phone number.
Yeah, for those that are out there listening on Nashville Songwriters Radio Network, you can reach us here at 845-584-1067 here at the Midnight Madness Show.
Say that number one more time.
That's at 845-584-1067.
All right. Yeah, you can give that number a call. If you want to call right now, you can actually call in. Brian, is the phone lines up? We got the phone lines going, Brian?
It doesn't do any good. Oh.
Yes, he said yes.
He's going to answer that one.
He said yes. So, okay. So if you want to call in and talk to Hanner, if you're Tanner.
Hanner?
I combine names. It just makes it simpler that way.
This is almost as bad as last week.
No, don't even say that. But if you want to talk to Tanner, you can jump on the line right now. We had a Hillis that was on there. Was that your brother or something? Or
What was the name?
what was the Hillis that was?
What?
I think you had a family member send in. So if they want to call you, they can call you directly on and talk to you over the phone.
Keith.
Ellis. Yeah, I think we're distant relatives. We're actually neighbors, though. Yeah.
Neighbors and possibly relatives.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty wild. Does he play music too?
I don't believe so, but he might. Oh gosh.
You got a lot of family members come out of the
They're gonna
woodwork.
be
See, when
listening.
you're famous, they all come out of the woodwork. So he's making it big. He's on WFMC Jams.
I've got some great friends. Like I'm from a small county, and it's like a place where everybody knows each other, and everybody's always been very supportive and stuff.
What was the size of your graduating class?
The number?
Yes.
There was about 50, I believe.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was just about like yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a small, and I wouldn't have taken it any other way. We grew up from elementary school together, and most of us are all still friends now. So
That's pretty cool.
The only issue we ever had at my, where I was at was it was hard to date because everybody was related.
That never stopped you before, though. That's why he's the hillbilly heartthrob.
One thing Tanner got to do was open for Cody McCarver. He had a concert
You opened for
up there.
Cody, huh?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Actually this summer at the homecoming in Spencer, Tennessee. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, for
Cody's
those
a
that don't
great
know,
guy.
Cody McCarver recently was with the Confederate Railroad. So we saw Cody on the 4th of July. So he did a real good job. He was up there in Dunlap. I always want to say Dunlop, but it's Dunlap. So we got to see Cody perform. He did a great job. So, well, good. So how was it to sing in front of Cody McCarver? Because he's kind of been there and done that. Now he's doing the gospel thing now. So
he's a great guy. He really is. He's a really cool guy to talk to, and you can tell he really loves what he does too.
He's good at it.
He's really good at
Yeah,
it.
he's energized when he plays.
Yeah.
So, well, let's get you playing back another song real quick. What would you like to do for us?
Okay. We'll do a song called Sugar. This is
No one's dying in this one. No one's no wild animals or nothing in this
no
one.
dying in this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's a love
I
song.
don't think so. Yeah, it's what my buddy calls a hopeless romantic song.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Honey, you're sweet as sugar, but I never got a taste. All those nights that you offered, well, I let them go to waste. And I know a girl like you needs loving. That's why I won't slow you down. And I know you don't owe me nothing, but could you please take it to another town? Cause it's hard to even try, but I'm drinking away what I can. Cause it's hard to go downtown and see you share your sugar with another man. Honey, you're sweet as sugar. I thought I had sugar of my own. But I realize you're so much sweeter, babe, now since you're gone. I bet your lips, they taste like frosting, and damn the glasses on your face. Yes, I'm trying to be somebody, but I feel so out of place. Cause it's hard to go downtown, but I'm drinking away what I can. Cause it's hard to go downtown and see you share your sugar with another man. Honey, you're sweet as sugar. I wish you were all over my face. No, I would not touch no napkin. I'd let everyone see us this way. So if you get out there so broken, could you consider me a chance? And then I would not have to suffer to see you share your sugar with another man. Then I won't have to cry. I'll be everything you could possibly need. Then I won't have to die. When you're sharing your sugar with me.
Thank you.
Mr. Tanner Hillis.
And that song there was on your CD as
It
well.
was,
And
yeah.
what was the title of that CD once again? So that
It was called Them Down Below Blues.
I thought that was such a cool title, and also the cover on that CD is really neat as
Yeah.
well.
Actually, the picture on the album, it was a house. It was kind of like torn down my road, and I took that. Well, my sister actually took that picture. I have to give a shout out to her, but she took that picture and kind of edited and made it look a little scary, I guess. And anyways, a few weeks later, it got torn down. So.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what that means, but
Did you know it was going to get torn down?
I didn't know that.
That happened with Trapper Haskins. There was a house that he was driving by out in the countryside. He said, "Man, I'd like to have that as a picture on an album someday." And it was like years and years and years he said that, and then they went out and they took a picture. Next week, the storm blew it down.
Wow.
That happens to famous people.
That's weird, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. Isn't it? It was meant to be. So now you're kind of in that Americana folk kind of thing going on. Touch of bluegrass in there in your style a little bit.
See, I told you.
I know. I know you're a big Bryan Adams fan, but who else are you turned on to the folk singers, or are you more into? Kind of give us who some of your artists are that you love to hear.
I'm really into like the Townes Van Zandt stuff. So when I got into Ryan Adams, I got into Townes Van Zandt and the Guy Clark and John Prine, stuff like that.
Ooh,
and then
John
I
Prine.
just then I went through the folk stuff, the Bob Dylan and Joan Baez and Donovan and stuff like that. And then I've been trying to dig even deeper. I've really been listening to some like Delta blues here lately.
Ooh, good stuff.
I really like. I wish I could play that. That's like my New Year's resolutions, to play some Delta blues.
Yeah, that's some tough stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you just roll your eyes up in your head and you just get into another zone. You play
Yeah,
that stuff.
go
It's-
down the crossroads and stuff.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Well, good. I had another question for you, and it zipped my mind when you started talking about the Delta blues stuff. But
One thing I will have to say, I enjoy the music. I enjoy the stories that go along with each song. You can basically close your eyes and see each little scene of what's being
Right.
played out through the whole song.
yeah, you can see a video played out during it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like a little miniature movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do. I want to like not necessarily paint like one picture for one person, but one person can paint many different pictures with it, however they want to.
Yeah. See, and I think that's
Yeah.
you're onto something too that's kind of being missed today. A lot of stuff is just cut and dry, mass produced. Don't mean anything to a whole lot of people. It's catchy and poppy. Where I think the real meat and potatoes performers, your stuff, appeals to a mass majority of people. They can, if it's never happened to them, it could happen to them. They could relate to it, or it happened to their best friend or their neighbor. And I think that's kind of where country came from. Kind of had that flair. They could jump off their John Deere tractor and go in and cut a song that 90% of the country would understand and relate. And I think you're kind of in that same mode, and that's good. We got Charlie Allen's going to come up. He's the same way. When he sings, you go, well, if he hasn't lived it, somebody close by has. And then if not, it's our neighbors could have. That's kind of stuff that I think the Johnny Cashes and Don Williams and all did. So you're on the right track. I think you're doing something good. If we can see the movie in our head when you sing it, that's a plus.
That's awesome.
So you got a great voice. Now, you haven't been doing this very long. You're fairly young. Let's just say, just out of the blue, if you could meet somebody in the music business performer that's been passed on, or a current performer, or a producer, who would you love to meet?
Okay, so probably they're kind of a duo, but David Rawlings and Gillian Welch.
Okay.
They're like I forgot to mention them in influences, but they're awesome. That would be my dream right there.
So, what would you ask them? What would be the thing? If you could ask them one question.
I guess ask them how they write and stuff, and I don't know
what their tricks, what their formula is. You know, that is
I'm
pretty
gonna go
cool.
home and think about that just in case I get to meet them one day. 'Cause I don't really.
You
have a
never
question.
know. You never know. And then you see you're prepped. You have show prep. You be ready. Well, that's good. Now we got a lot of listeners on here that are up and coming. You know, a lot of performers that are just starting out. They listen because they're kind of hearing kind of maybe the road that other people traveled and want to stay away from, or kind of going, well, this worked for them, maybe that'll work for us. What kind of advice would you have for that up and coming artist that's out there going, man, I want to kind of get what Tanner's doing? What would do you have any kind of advice for him?
Just stick at it. Yeah. You know, just listen to a broad genre. You know, don't just set your mind on one genre of music. Kind of dabble in all kinds of music, and you know, I feel like that's what these people, we can take like inspiration from all kinds of different people. We can borrow it from them and just make who you are, and just stay at it.
Okay.
I got one other advice too. This is a little off, but don't smoke cigarettes. Yeah. So any kids listening, don't. If you're singing and want to play music and stuff, that's not smart to do. Yeah.
All right. So you're twofold on your advice. Well, good. We're down to about one more song from you, Tanner. Why don't you pick out a closer for us?
All
Any
right.
last minute questions for young Tanner? Do you got anything, Andy?
I just hope he, like a cannon, he'll fire off another great song to finish, this.
All right. And Tanner, why don't you go ahead and close off the show here with this, and then we'll do a little talking over and get Charlie Allen up. So what's this one about?
This one's about being stuck in a coal mine.
Okay.
And this one does have some dying in it, so. Here we go.
It was 1933. You laid your eyes on me down at the tavern on a Friday night. Your eyes lit up the sound of my Chevy. Lord, that thing used to drive so steady. My pa worked his whole life for that ride. I was hoping you didn't realize I was only worth about a dime. I spent my savings on that suit early that day. 'Cause your family, they were made of gold, and mine were made of coal. But I was gonna marry you some way. Guess I had that silver tongue. Perhaps you were too young to see that my pocketbook was bare. But we kept on getting by for money you snuck up under your daddy's eyes. Oh, I know he never would have shared. It was 1934. I couldn't have asked for much more until you told me we were having a little girl of our own. It was time to grow up, 'cause you can't buy milk from changing a cup. So I went and sold my soul to blasting stone. Lord, I'm stuck in the coal mine. Lord, I'm stuck in the coal mine. 12-hour shifts and 6 days a week. You didn't see too much of me, but I kept the wood burning through the cold. Well, our little girl, Lord, she turned 1. You baked a cake, but I was gone. At least then she was too young to know. Well, a few years passed and she turned 8. She used to stay up so late, just so I could tuck her in each passing night. Well, I'd drink some beer and then I'd lay beside my wife, but she was 1,000 miles away. She looked at me like a stranger in the night. Lord, I'm stuck in the coal mine. Lord, I'm stuck in the coal mine. The darkness of the cave seeped into my mind. My heart grew as hard as a rock I mined. Oh, the sun was a friend I hardly seen. My lungs are filled with cigarette smoke and the residue from that damn old coal. Lord, please have mercy on me. Well, I'll never forget the day that I came home and seen 2 naked bodies of you and Pastor Jones sprawled out in the bed that I'd built for you. Well, I kissed my little girl, I grabbed my keys, 'cause those are the last 2 things that belong to me, and I headed back to the only place I've ever known. It's only fair when I die. It's in the place that owned half my life. I crawled in a hole, Lord, it was so tight, and I lit that dynamite. Lord, I'm stuck in the coal mine. Lord, I'm stuck in the coal mine. Lord, I'm stuck in the coal mine. Lord, I'm stuck in the coal mine.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much.
Very nice. Very descriptive. Well, Tanner, it's been a pleasure having you on the show with us tonight. We wish you the best.
Thank you so much.
Get out there and get that Nashville thing off your back. You know, make sure you bust the streets a little bit. That'll be a good thing. I think you do well. You did the Bluebird a few years ago. Get up there to the Commodore Grill. Say hey to our friend Debbie. She does a lot of stuff for songwriters up there. I think it's an easy show to get your teeth cut on because she makes it nice and she runs it real nice and even and real friendly lady. You'll love it. So if you want to check out Tanner Hills, check out his Facebook page, his website page. We appreciate it, Tanner. We're going to let Tanner step down now. So, Tanner, one more time for Tanner. We appreciate it, Tanner.
Thank you guys so much.
And by the way,
really appreciate it.
Thank you. We're going to be doing a few announcements here while Tanner steps down, and we're going to get Charlie Allen up here and get his show going on. Don't forget, I believe today is the 26th. If that's not correct, it's the 26th. So we got just a few more days left to the end of the month. If you're wanting to get involved and vote your favorite artist for the 2017 Artist of the Year Award, make sure you jump on our Facebook page, look up the bracket. It kind of looks like the college, Final Four kind of brackets. I think right now we're down to 16, going to the final 8 for next month. The final show, the winner will be announced in December. We got a lot of you out there really hitting it up pretty hard. Some of you are just kind of onesie twosies, but it's a chance to get your name out there and put yourself in front of other people. But to the ones that are out there hitting it hard every day, we get votes every day, and they're doing a great job. We wish them the best. Again, we want to thank Big Country. He's not here tonight. Jerry J. Thomas won the award at the Josie Award. Why don't you tell a little bit about that, Andy?
Yeah, found out just recently, Jerry won the Male Entertainer of the Year award in the traditional country genre there.
Good job, Jerry.
Yes. And there was some other artists there that, Lonnie Spiker was one of those that was in that same category with him. So I actually told him, I said, Jerry, your vocals are so good. Don't think that you couldn't have competed in that round with those guys, because he really does.
Well, he's a pretty humble guy,
have
too.
Have a good voice, and he's humble.
Yeah, he's a very humble guy. He's big as an oak tree, but he's got a heart as big as that. He's just a humble guy. Check out Jerry's page, too. He's got his music stuff up there. Jerry J. Thomas. He's also part of the Down South Jukin' Band. We got some stuff that's coming out there a little bit. We just played the Warren County Fair just not too long ago. We had a great time with that. Had a lot of fun. A lot of people said they saw us that I didn't even see were there. I don't know what happened. They must have been passed by traffic or something. But to all those that were out there that saw us, thank you. We appreciate it. We want to thank Perry Thomas for sitting in with us kind of last notice. We want to thank Adam Irish for getting up there and playing a couple of songs with us. Did a great job. So we're waiting on Charlie. He's looking like he's trying to get his guitar ready. So we're going to bring Charlie Allen up. This is Manchester's own Charlie Allen. I've known Charlie now for, I don't know, about 7 years, 8 years now. I think it was 8 years going on 9, I think. We're going to get him up here, get him performing. So
I've been looking forward to this. The last 2 times Charlie's performed, something has happened where I could not stay for his show. So tonight, thank God, I'm going to be able to actually witness him perform here live on WFMC Jams as well.
Yeah, he's a hoot. He's a good old boy. He sings, 2 words come to Charlie Allen. It's high energy. If you haven't seen Charlie Allen perform, you're going to make sure you want to check out one of his live shows. His songs and the CDs and his videos are all good. He's all over YouTube. You can check him out. We'll have him kind of explain more about that. But to go see him live, high energy, a lot of fun to go watch Charlie Allen. You're out of breath just watching this guy play. So,
of course, he runs around in some pretty big circles as well. In the country music scene.
He hangs around with you, so that's pretty good. Hangs around with Jason, so he's going straight to the top there. Charlie's well educated. He's grown up in the business. Again, we don't want to give away his thunder. We'll let him talk about that. But he's been in the business a long time, and he's like we were talking about Tanner. Tanner's a young man. He probably thinks he's been in it a long time, but some of us have been in 30, 40, 50 years. You're only scratching the surface. You're just getting into it yet. So the best stuff comes when you're kind of hitting that, as a musician, that 30, 40-year-old range. That's when it seems like it just kind of clicks here in your 50s. It just seems like it gets well-oiled then.
But what amazes me is seeing talent like Tanner Hillis at his age.
At that young age.
And his songwriting capabilities of where they're at as well.
And I don't get that out of those young guys.
I don't understand it myself.
Where did they come up with these things? How did they – half the stuff they couldn't have learned or seen, it blows you away. There was a young girl, she was 15, was on our show, I don't know, the very beginning. She's singing about stuff at the age of 15 she couldn't possibly know about, but had these most descriptive, beautiful lyrics. And you're going like, how did you know that? How did you know anything about that? Or where did that come from? And she was so talented. It was amazing.
There's another young artist, too, right now, real young, that Emmy Sunshine. I mean, she's really hitting the scene, growing in popularity. Just, I think she performed out at Robin Taylor's Birdsong Studio in Woodbury a while back. And I hope eventually we're going to be seeing her down in McMinnville there at a Park Theater. Hopefully that's going to work out. She'll be performing down there. But it's just another one of those, what I call a phenomenal, really talented young artist, at her age, to be able to vocally sing like she does. It's like a Shirley Temple, but in country.
Oh, yeah. And don't forget to check out
I think we got Charlie Allen now over here warming up.
We got Charlie Allen coming to the stage. But don't forget on Saturday nights and some Friday nights, but it's kind of hard for us to post them because we're not quite sure when they're going to happen. We're going to get better with that, but we do live shows from the theater, the theater in Crossville. So great venue, great up there. It's the Palace. Check that out. That's usually on Saturday nights, but we're trying to get advance notice in with the artists. Some artists don't mind going on live. Some don't have their stuff copyrighted. They don't want to get stolen. So we can't guarantee that it's going to be on each and every Saturday night. But check it out. We'll try to give you as much notice as we get when we're going to be on. But that'll be on WFC Jams. Brian, does that normally go on about 7 o'clock up there? Our time?
Yes.
About 7 o'clock. So do you know?
I don't know.
Do you know if this weekend's given us permission yet to record them or no?
Yeah.
Don't know yet? So, but as soon as we know, we'll let you know. But check them out.
I'm just eager to find out. Charlie's over here. He's got this big grin, and he is laughing. Something has just happened. Because around here, you never know what's going to happen.
All right. Well, we got Charlie Allen locked and loaded. So you got a sound check on him okay? Play your guitar, Charlie. Let's hear you strum something.
Well, I tell you.
Sounds like he's in there.
My kids were in town. I got a surprise.
Oh, your kids came into town?
They come in for the hurricane, right? And I had 7 people at the house. And I got a little surprise on my guitar. And I got back.
He was back there frantically trying to get it off, whatever it is.
Oh, my gosh. they had some animals they brought with them, and I've got a bunch of guitars at the house.
And he ain't lying, folks.
You can see. I just noticed it. I don't know what.
Charlie's face is red right now. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah, it is. I'm sitting here and I'm going, wait a minute. This ain't what I think it is.
Yeah, what's that smell? It's Charlie.
I got too much scared, I guess.
Yeah. Well, Charlie, it's a pleasure having you back on the show again. It's been a little while.
It sure has.
Yeah, Charlie last was with us, I believe, at the Last Chance Saloon. He was there performing for us. Why don't you bust into a song real quick, Charlie, and then we're going to get to know who you are again.
Is it all right if I tune this thing up?
Go ahead. This is Charlie's new song, Tune.
Now, hey, once I go ahead and tune it.
You know, it's stray a little far away from the good book. Played around and done some things I ain't too proud of. For every wrong I've done, I hope I do a little more right. And I sure hope he sees it that way tonight. 'Cause God's taking pictures tonight. Lightning flashing across the midnight sky. He's got a panoramic view of everything in sight. God's taking pictures tonight. I hope he gets my good side. I was pushing 9, headed out to the 5 and dime. Stole the G.I. Joe, had to take it back 'cause it just didn't feel right. Grew up rowdy as hell, ended up one night in Coffee County Jail, drinking and thinking I was cool and bulletproof. Oh well, I hope he didn't get a shot of that. God's taking pictures tonight. Lightning flashing across the midnight sky. He's got a panoramic view of everything in sight. God's taking pictures tonight. I hope he gets my good side. He's got a photographic memory. Maybe if I'm lucky, he might forget some things. Oh, what do y'all think?
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, did I get a surprise. God's taking pictures tonight. Lightning flashing across the midnight sky. He's got a panoramic view, and it's all in black and white. God's taking pictures tonight. Yeah, God's taking pictures tonight. I hope he gets my good side. I hope he gets my good side. Yeah, my good side.
Mr. Charlie Allen, everybody.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I think God definitely took a picture of you earlier. Yeah. He has a good sense of humor sometimes.
Well, Charlie's been a while since I got a chance to see you. We closed the Last Chance Saloon down in April, and I haven't seen you since. So,
Well, man, I've been trying to keep up with you too, but I mean, it's been crazy being out on the road and
yeah.
trying to get well and stuff like that. Yeah.
I know. I visited you every day when you were not feeling well, and then
I remember that. That was awesome.
and then I went in and Charlie was gone. So I didn't know if that was a good sign or not. did he check out or did he check out? I wasn't quite sure.
There's the next song right there.
Yeah,
Charlie's
there's our
gone.
Did he check out or did he check out? So yeah. So but yeah. So I haven't seen much of you. So what's been going on since April, anyways?
Just writing a bunch of songs, doing some stuff with Johnny Garcia and quite a few new artists.
I saw that you played a show with Johnny in Winchester, or was that
That was in Tullahoma.
Tullahoma?
Yeah, at the Bluegill.
couple of 2-3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay.
We had a really good time, and last time I did it, it was with Mark Herndon.
Well, yeah, I didn't even know Mark was in town.
Yeah.
I saw
tried
the phone.
to call you, but you don't answer.
I never got a call from you. I never saw a phone call from Charlie Allen, but I found out Mark Herndon was in town via Facebook. Same way with Johnny Garcia. I'm like, thanks, Charlie. Yeah, didn't know anything
He
about
didn't
it.
call me either, so I feel bad.
I would like to have seen Mark. Mark's the drummer for Alabama, and I got a chance to play with Mark a year ago, June. I think you and I were down in Florida together
Had a great
performing.
time. Yeah.
So hopefully next time Mark will come back, Charlie will call me and or text me and at least let me know that they're going to be in town. So, but Johnny Garcia, a lot of people might not know. Johnny is the guitar player for a little-known artist called Garth Brooks.
Who's he?
And then also Trisha, when she goes on the road too. So, it's kind of wild to have these kind of people down here in Manchester and Tullahoma. The drummer for Alabama and the guitar player for Garth. But that's the kind of company that Charlie hangs around with, and we appreciate you that you give us time to get to meet with these guys and play with some of them. So what's going on with you and Johnny? You guys still playing up there in Leifer's Fork? Or?
I mean, we're doing, writing a lot of songs right now, the new Popcorn Country.
Popcorn Country.
I like that. That's a new saying. I like that.
Yeah.
But it's making me money, so I can't really knock it.
Yeah.
The musician, definitely.
It's popping,
Yeah.
if you know what I mean.
Exactly. So you getting out on the road much at all anymore? Or?
Well, I mean, I'm getting ready to go back to New York and Manhattan and Connecticut and back through there and start touring a little bit.
Okay. Well, cool. Keep all of us abreast of what's going on so we know.
You've been out there with me,
Well, yeah, I've been out with Charlie. Like I say, if you haven't seen a Charlie Allen show live, now this is going to be totally different with Charlie Allen here sitting down with the acoustic guitar, but I got to perform behind Charlie on several stages before. And the thing I like with Charlie...
Well, he's downsized a couple times and played for me. So.
Yeah, you played. The thing I like
He
performing...
was desperate one night and said, all right, I'll come play.
The thing I like with Charlie is we go on the stage. It don't matter how many people's in the audience. There could be a ton of people out there. Charlie just look around and goes, hey, man, just catch up. I'm going to go. And then he just starts playing. Something like he might have just made up right then or something. You have no clue what Charlie he's like a kitten sometimes. Oh, it sounds like we're going to get a call in. But Charlie's a lot of fun to play with because he just you got to buckle up. You got to buckle up and have fun. I know when we were playing in North Dakota.
That was fun.
Yeah, we had a blast. Boy, that big old stage.
8 shows in, 10 days?
Yeah, 10 days. We got a caller on the line. Thank you for calling WFMC Jams. Who do we have on the line?
Hey, what's happening, Mark?
It's our good old Uncle Larry. Larry Z.
Larry, how you doing, Larry?
Or as Charlie says, Lawrence. So how you doing, Larry?
There you go. I'm enjoying the show tonight. Enjoyed Tanner, and now my good buddy Charlie Allen, man.
Are you calling from New Hampshire? Are you calling from New Hampshire?
We're at the North Beach Bar and Grill. I'm here with a very good friend of mine, Michael Troy.
Okay.
Who does an Elton John, Billy Joel show.
Oh, great. Great. Now, are you on their radio station? Are we on their station out there? Or are you on your phone?
We're out there just enjoying ourselves right now.
All right.
Hey, Michael, say hi.
Hey, guys. You guys sound great.
Well, thank you, Michael.
We look just as good as we sound.
Nice to be here with your good friend Larry, and keep up the good work. All the best from New Hampshire here on the coast.
Well, we appreciate you listening with us, and you take care of Larry there for us while he's out there.
Please
okay?
do that. Larry, I want to come out there and play. I keep telling you that.
Awesome, Charlie. I can't wait for you to get up here.
I can't wait to bring my guitar, man. This acoustic.
I'm gonna head back down to Tennessee next week.
Clean it first.
After what happened, I can't believe what my kids left me.
All right, so you're coming back to Tennessee next week?
Yeah, right. A week from tomorrow.
Okay, how long are you going to stay?
just a few days, about 3 days,
All right.
and then head back up here. But hope to see you guys.
Well, we hope so.
We miss you.
We hope so.
Yeah,
so.
miss you too.
Well, good. Well, Larry, we appreciate you calling in. So when you get in town, you make sure you look us up.
Yes.
Stay away from
we
that
play
deer
Michael's
itis.
tunes, his album, Rolls Down One Way, we play down on the radio station. So he's one of the artists that we have, an original singer-songwriter, and he is one heck of an entertainer. Charlie, when you get up here, we'll get you playing with, Michael and stuff. He's a heck of a keyboard player. And
I'm looking so
you gotta
forward to
bring,
that.
Our friend from Connecticut up here, too.
You want me to do that song we wrote about 7 years ago?
Absolutely. Absolutely, Charlie. You ought to do that tonight.
All right. This is Charlie and a co-write with Larry song.
There you go.
I made a point to slam that door. Even told her I don't love you anymore. Like all the other times before. I heard her say it's the same old thing. Sick and tired of playing on your goodbye game. Some things may never change. Now here I am on her front porch. I know she's home. She won't answer the door. I guess she really meant it when she said this is all I can take. Didn't think she'd ever end it. But after one too many, walking away was my last mistake. Well, I ain't giving in and she ain't giving up. No matter how hard I try, I guess she really meant it when I told my baby goodbye. I love this part. She always welcomes me back with open arms. I got the neighbor's dog barking, done set off the house alarm. 'Cause I was knocking so hard. Sent her a dozen roses and a Hallmark card. One ripped to pieces and the other one scattered all over the yard. Kinda like my broken heart. She changed her number and her email address. Rumor has it she went back to her ex. Well, I guess she really meant it. After all, it was all I can take. Didn't think she'd ever end it. But after one too many, walking away was my last mistake. Well, I ain't giving in and she ain't giving up. No matter how hard I try, I guess she really meant it. Well, Lawrence, when I told my baby goodbye. Yeah, I told my baby, I told her goodbye. There you go, Lawrence.
Awesome. I love it. I love every minute of it. Guys, I miss you terrible.
Oh, we miss you too, Larry. So when you get down here, make sure you look us up so we can hang out for a time or two before you head back north.
And wear your Cowboys jersey down on the way.
Got that, brother.
It's going to start getting cold your neck of the way here pretty soon, won't it?
Yeah, it was 95 today up here.
95 today, so you're not getting hit cold yet, but it's coming. It's coming. Yeah, I remember when Charlie and I played last year in August. They already had snow plows and stuff, and the sand trucks already ready to hit the street in August up north. You know, it gets cold up there
really.
quick.
Yeah, This year's been weird. You got the hurricanes coming up the coast and stuff like that.
That's a bad word, man. That's a bad word.
Yeah. Any of that? You get any of that affected from what was it? Jose came up that neck of the woods. You kind of get choppy waters up there next to you.
Yeah, but it didn't do anything to us. It just riled up the ocean a little bit and put some surfers out here and there, and everybody having a good time with it. You know.
Well, good. Well, Charlie, you tell Charlie, I'm looking at Charlie talking to you. Larry, you tell everybody there, at South Beach there that we said hey, the WFMC Jam said hey. You get Charlie Allen up there and get him performing. That crowd will love Charlie up there. That's definitely for sure.
South Beach is down further south. This one here is North Beach. So
oh, you're North Beach. Okay. They got good food there,
good
Larry? They got good food there at North Beach?
Absolutely. Having a great time over here. I get to play. Last week I played at least 3 nights out of the week, and this week I'm planning about doing the same. And Michael's one hell of an entertainer, and he lets me get up and play with him, so we have a good time.
Oh, good. Well, you tell Michael keep tickling the ivories up there, and Larry, you keep blowing that harp, and then we'll see you when you get down here next week.
All right. Take care, Mike.
All right, Larry. You take care, buddy. Uncle Larry, everybody.
Bye.
From
Charlie. See you guys.
Good night.
I noticed Charlie's wearing a Puckett's hat over there.
He plays there quite a bit, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I got some friends that play there quite a bit. Alvarado Roadshow.
Oh, yeah,
AJ and Cleve Clark, they play there. That's a good crowd there. What's probably one of your favorite songs to play for that crowd at Puckett's? Because that's a high energy place there, and I like to hear one of the songs you would play there of yours personally.
Well, I mean, I was playing there with Angie Lee and Robbie Turner with Chris Stapleton, so it was kind of it was more laid back. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, Angie's real country. I mean, she loves all. I love the old country. We do stuff like
Is your guitar
on the phone. Said I think we need to talk. It sounds like something's wrong. I said maybe, probably, could be, mostly all my fault. I haven't been the man that you needed me to be. I wouldn't blame you if you wanted to leave. You've got that right. I was wrong. Just a moment of weakness brought all this on. Just say the word and I'll be gone. You've got that right. I was wrong. It won't ever be the same. I push you to the limit. It's such a painful thing. I admit it, I did it. God knows I meant it. Well, I'm sorry that it happened, and things don't turn out this way. Would you give our love just one more chance? Or is it just too late? You've got that right. I was wrong. Just a moment of weakness. Oh, baby, don't you know brought all this on? Just say the word and I'll be gone. You've got that right. Mm-hmm. Well, I was wrong. I was wrong. You've got that right.
Exactly.
Well, Charlie, for the people that have tuned in that haven't heard you before, again, because we've gained a lot of new listeners here in the last few months.
That's awesome.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Now, you came from the birthplace of country music, did you not?
Bristol, Tennessee.
Yes, but you don't have that heavy Southern accent. You got a little bit of it. You say some of the inklings of it, but you don't have that heavy Southern accent. So, now, how long did you live in Bristol?
Gosh, I don't.
Were you there all the way through school, or did you move during school?
Yeah, I mean, kind of, yeah, sort of. I was all over I was very young traveling, with Hank Jr. and Loretta Lynn. And
now, how did that start? I know your mom is musical. She played music most of her life.
Right.
Is she still playing music? Is she capable of doing music?
She just got a big plaque from the Hall of Fame in Bristol. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
And,
awesome. Hopefully, Mom's listening tonight. I don't know.
I hope she is too. But knowing her, she don't know nothing about the internet, and she's gonna have to beg my sister to get on there.
If they're over the age of 50, they have a hard time with the internet.
I'm telling you, But I tell you, we did a show a while back together, and Daryl Worley and Daryl brought her up on stage. I thought that was really cool, and
that's good.
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
So you grew up with a musical family. Your mom, anyways. Was your dad into music at the time, or?
Yeah, Dad was into music. I mean, he was into managing more than anything else,
Mm-hmm. So, what was the age when you kind of had your first breakthrough with the music? I mean, when you, I know I saw a picture of you. What were you, 8 when you were with Charlie Pride?
7 years old, I was on stage with. No, I was 8 years old with Jerry Lee Lewis.
Jerry Lee Lewis.
And
as a
Carl
performer,
Perkins,
yeah, you were performing.
Elvis Presley was there. It was. I still got the article. It's it makes me look old. I don't know what the deal is there, but we had a really good time. And I was a young boy, and I didn't know what I was singing about. I was
right.
And Dottie West, one night I did a show with her, and I said, "What am I singing about?" She said, "Honey, that's love." I said, "What is that?" She said, "One day you'll know what it's about soon enough." So anyway.
And Dottie West is a McMinnville native here, so well, that's pretty cool. But so at a young age, you got into music, you started traveling. When were you out doing your first tours, when you're staying away from home, you're on a bus?
9 years old.
9. Wow. Was Mom with you at the time, or no?
Well, I was with Mom, and we had a tutor, and my Uncle Jim, he was managing me. I didn't know what it was all about. I was waking up real fast, I just know I got on stage in front of thousands of people. And it was kind of funny because I was a kid, and
right.
And then it started blowing up and learning more about life in general and what people said.
One question I want to ask you, being around the entertainers, and as a kid, what was probably one of the most comical things you came up upon and that you saw and you witnessed, and you're like,
that would be probably Mel Tillis.
Mel Tillis.
So you got a good Mel Tillis story here.
Yeah, and Speck Rose, which was, and Dolly Parton. She was always, funny and up, and we had a great time. And David Houston, he was always good, Jerry Reed, he was full of energy.
Well, see, we could go all night with Charlie talking about all the artists that he's performed with or performed on stage or either opened for or part of. But let's talk about the one artist you've never met. Who would you like to have met?
Well, I've met quite a few of them.
I know. That's why we're saying we know you met a lot, but there's ones out there that you have not yet met.
Well,
and they could be already deceased, Charlie. You can go to the past, I
always wanted to meet Marty Robbins.
Marty Robbins?
I love Marty. I missed him about 2 days. We was doing a show at Panther Hall, Fort Worth, Texas, and I was a kid. couldn't wait to see him because I loved his music because I kind of understood it as a kid. And then after that, he went.
See, and it's kind of funny you said that because I met Marty Robbins when I was a teenager. Didn't even have a clue who he was. I went to a 4-H fair. He's singing at a 4-H fair in Janesville, Wisconsin. And I'm like, oh, hey, this is Marty. Well, I heard of Marty Robbins, a country singer, but I didn't know he was Marty Robbins. You know what I mean? I mean, he's more than just a country singer. So I got my picture made with him, and he was pretty old at the time. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Didn't have a clue. Didn't appreciate him until well after I met him. Then I'm like, oh man, that was Marty Robbins. I wasn't even starstruck because I really didn't even know who he was when I met him.
Oh my gosh!
But yeah, so at least I got to say I got to meet him. Got pictures made with him backstage, but really didn't know who he was when I met him. Didn't know anything he did. Until I got older.
That was me too, man. As a kid, I didn't know who I was talking to half the time. Dad would take me up and we'd take pictures, and you're doing a show with him tonight, and I'd be okay.
Didn't know who they were.
Now, growing up into the music, like you did, was there ever a time that you did get starstruck?
No.
They're all people.
I mean, they're human beings. I mean,
Right.
People have to realize, we all live and breathe on this earth. Nobody's no better in this world. I mean, we all climb a mountain. We reach. There's a difference. Like I tell people a lot of times when I'm teaching classes to young kids, there's a difference in looking at the star and bringing it down to you. And
That's a great point because I was sitting here thinking, out of those individuals that you were around, do you remember one experience in particular where one of those actually talked to you at your level and gave you some advice, something that, kind of like you?
Well, the only advice I got was from Charlie Pride. He told me I need to go home, be a kid. So that was the only advice. He said he's wore out. He told my dad, he said, that boy's wore out, he needs to go home. So I finally got to go home. I don't know how many shows I did, but I know I was tired.
Now, you spent some time in Florida. You lived in Florida for a little while, doing shows all over Florida. How long was the Florida gigs? How long did you live down there and do the Florida shows?
Well, I was back and forwards. I was signed with Park Records with the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, Britney, and all kind of.
I knew I seen you on the TV like that. You were the bad boy of NSYNC, weren't you?
So I
knew that.
I was a hillbilly on a holiday.
Yeah.
And the rest of them was, it was different, but they respected me as a writer, and I've got a little bit of different side of me that I write,
Now, your forte is songwriting. And I say forte because again, if you haven't seen Charlie Allen play and perform, master entertainer on the stage.
I appreciate that.
And I have a lot of fun with Charlie. And again,
I love jumping from instrument to instrument.
Yeah, that was one of our things with Charlie the first time I met Charlie, and we won't go into that long story, but when I finally did get to meet Charlie, I thought he was a guitar player, but he jumped up on piano first, played piano, and like, okay, he's a keyboard player, he's a musician. Then he jumped up and played bass. He started playing bass. Okay, well, they can do both. Then he jumped over and played guitar, and he was playing rhythm because we had a guitar player at the time. Kevin was playing lead guitar, and I thought, well, Kevin's going to show him some licks or two. And then he started playing leads and showing Kevin some licks or two, and I'm like going, all right, this guy's a real musician. He's done this for a while. Because Charlie, he was kind of evasive when I first met Charlie a little bit. So we kind of were, I don't know if we were bumping heads a little bit, but Charlie was kind of being Charlie and I was being Mark. And
yeah, it was kind of weird. Yeah, I walk in the music store, but after that, it all tamed down.
It all went well. It was funny. Charlie came in, and when he started jumping around all the different instruments, I'm like, all right, this boy's a true musician. He can play. So, but yeah, now I have not heard you play pedal steel yet. Now we know you can play pedal. I heard you do a little bit on Pearlie's when we were on tour, but that's as much as I heard you. I need to hear you on pedal steel some nights.
I love playing pedal steel. I mean, I love playing guitar, but
Yeah.
Is it really a country song without the pedal steel? I mean, really, when I think of, Western, songs and stuff, you got to have that pedal steel guitar.
You definitely do,
I mean,
yeah.
Well, let me tell you one of
Bruce
Charlie.
Boughton, I mean, look up at his name.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you one of Charlie's strong suits, and I don't know if he could do it tonight or not, but I've been on stage performing with Charlie when he just looks out to the crowd and say, give me a song title, or give me a phrase, give me a word, give me something, and he'll write a song about it on the spot. On the spot.
We did that in the club,
Yeah.
And people were giving me all kind of words, and I was just running.
Yeah, and
Here's
he
your
just
chance to get 3 letters in a noose written right here.
yeah, right. Here you go, Charlie. I got a song title no one wants to do. But yeah, no, Charlie. I've been with you several times. We did it in Minnesota. You did that.
They had a blast with it.
They were
She's
throwing
shucking my
songs out
corn.
there.
She's shucking my corn. I think.
Yeah, she's shucking my corn. Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah, watch out. Charlie's eyes lit up. He goes, "Hey, wait a minute. That's his
That
new
was
hit
going to be a
song."
hee-haw special there.
Yeah. Well, Charlie, why don't you play us another song real quick? What one would you like to do?
This one I wrote about my dad and mom with Dave Gibson and Johnny Garcia.
Now, we talked about Dave Gibson a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
Oh, it was last week.
Was it last week?
It was
okay,
last
we
week.
talked about Dave last week.
No, I'm going to say Dave Gibson.
Poor old Andy kept calling them Steve Gibson.
Dave is so funny, man. We write songs, we stand on chairs and everything else just to get high, to put us up in that level where we need to be. Song we wrote. I was born in a house with a guitar. Daddy work all day, he come home and play like a star. He played Memphis, down in South Texas, straight from the heart. We'd sit there on that front porch swing, hang on to every word as tears rolled down his face, and listen to him sing love songs to mama, and she'd sing sweet harmony. I can still hear that tone from that old cheap guitar made in Mexico. We were poor, but we were broke. Papa had a heart of gold, and I can still hear those chords, and I can still sing every word. All those songs still remain, and they echo down by the Rio Grande, the river in my soul and in my heart. Yeah, thank God I was born in a house with a guitar. Oh, one day when I turned 10, I ripped up my jeans, got a Fender Strat and a Marshall amp. Wanna play like Willie, Waylon, Ronnie Van Zant. Yeah, I started me a band, got an old van, and we played all the way down to Houston, up in New Orleans, just to hear them people scream. I can still hear that tone from that old cheap guitar made in Mexico. We were poor, but we were broke. Papa had a heart of gold. I can still hear those chords, and I can still sing every word. All those songs still remain. They echo down by the Rio Grande, the river in my soul and in my heart. Yeah, I thank God I was born in a house with a guitar. Yes, Sears and Roebuck is long gone, but there ain't nothing like the sound of a silver tone.
Very nice. Silvertone, boy, you don't hear about them too much, do you?
I wrote that song with the silver tone.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I've got one. I've got one of them old guitar.
It sounded great.
You remember the ones that had the case with an amplifier? Mm-hmm. The guitar and the case and amplifier was all one?
Yeah.
I've got one of those.
Really?
Yeah, it's all original. The chord, the speaker, the strings, everything's still original.
Oh, wow.
Now,
Original strings, even.
Original strings, yeah. I don't tune it because I'm afraid I'm going to break it. So, but it needs some. It was a silver tone. Back in this day, it was not set up real well, but it's just like it was when we first got it. But yeah, it's amp still works. Tube amp, because you remember they were tube amps.
Amazing.
Amazing. They made a comeback. I know Paul Stanley started off with a silver tone guitars. And then he became recently endorsed not too long ago back with Silvertone. So they're still out there. Silvertone is still out there.
It
so.
sounded great. I mean, the one at the house sounded great.
Oh, yeah. Now, you got a lot of guitars. I see you play that one a lot. Is that your favorite one there?
Well, it was.
It was. Thank you, kids.
That was my past and my present. That was my past and my present. The kids left, and they left me a present.
My son took a pair of scissors and cut my favorite shirt. It was my happy shirt. It was the one I would wear. I mean, when it was a special occasion, I would pull this shirt out and wear it. And I had that shirt 4 years. Okay, I'm sure it wasn't rags, but I'm saying
I know
4 years in one of those shirts. And he had a pair of scissors, and one day he decided he just started cutting.
Of all shirts, that one, right?
I mean, I was crushed. Because you would see all these different family photos, and guess what shirt I was wearing? But anyway,
I had a shirt like
there.
that. I had the University of Wisconsin Marquette on there. It was a teal green with white letters. It was all faded off. Not like today where you buy them and it's already faded.
Right.
These were on there old and hard, and I wore them off. And I probably had that shirt 10 years. Wore that thing, and it got holy, but it's my Sunday shirt. You sit there, you watch football, you scratch your belly, and you watch, and it was the most comfortable shirt in the world. And one day I went to go get it and was like, where's my shirt at? Oh, I threw it out. That old holy thing, I threw it away. And like lost a boyfriend, girlfriend kind of feeling, you know? You kind of felt that.
Well, I'll tell you what happened to me. We were playing a bluegill, and my Stratocaster almost went in the river.
Oh. Your favorite one?
My baby.
Your favorite one,
been with me for 25 years. So anyway, all of a sudden, I went to grab the guitar, and the Charlie Allen guitar strap went into the water.
Oh, no.
25 foot of water. Well, Steve called me up from the bluegill, and he says, hey, he said, we're going to find that strap. So they went and hired a diver.
Oh, wow.
And I got a picture of it on my phone. It's really cool.
They found it?
Yeah, I'll show it to you real fast.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. You got to make sure you put that on Facebook, too. Here's my
Now, Charlie, where can they find your music?
Well, I don't. I'm getting ready to start a new record. We had a new video out. Mark was out there crazy, the single.
Right.
I usually do a 6-pack now. I don't.
He's talking about the songs.
yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
There's a lot of beer coming. You're going like, hey, wait a minute, let's sponsor this boy. Bud Light was getting on board real quick. But.
Well, so anyway, we found he texted me and said he found the strap, and here he is. It's awesome.
Andy's on his way to retrieve it. He's got a little diving outfit on there.
I can't thank you. I told him I was going to give him a Garth pick and a Trisha pick, and I've got it. He got it. I'm still waiting on him to pick it up.
Yeah, and I've seen you wear that strap for a long time.
Yeah.
How long ago was that made for you?
20 years ago.
Yeah, that's sentimental. You got to show it to the heartthrob. Well, at least that went in instead of the guitar, though. That would have been a little harder to clean up and repair. So it dried out. It was okay. That's a leather strap, right? That's a leather strap with.
It was a leather strap, and I started throwing my guitar in the river. I swear, I couldn't believe it.
Oh man.
Oh no!
Can you imagine losing both of them?
Everything.
Oh yeah.
And I had lost, Chief Ross, and
oh, has he passed? I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and so that night I had made a special song, "No Welcome Home," to Chief, and he passed, and I played the show.
Right.
But the strap went in the water, and then God gave it back to me.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. Sorry about the loss. I knew Chief Ross.
Great man.
He's in several of your videos.
Wonderful man. I mean, just down to earth. I mean, he'd see people on the street. they needed money, just hand him $100 bill. You couldn't beat him.
Yeah, he was a nice guy. You know, former Manchester City police chief. I remember, I'll tell you a story, Chief Ross, which I thought was real cool. We were doing the Fam Jam. Charlie and I were together doing the Fam Jam. We were the last act on Saturday night, and there's quite a few people out there watching the band. And, of course, it's across a field there, and there's a parking lot, and we had vendors and stuff over there. And there was somebody over there getting a hot dog or something over there. And in comes the squad car. And Charlie and us were all playing. Now, it's 10:30 at night.
It was great, yeah.
And we're up there, we're playing. And we don't tend to be the quietest band on the planet. So we kind of turn it up and play. And Charlie's not shy by any means. And here comes the squad car. And it comes full up in the driveway, and it stopped. And this shadow walks out, walks over to the squad car. And you can tell they peeked their head in there, and the car just goes away. And it was Chief Ross. And he basically said, did someone call and complain about the noise? And they said, yes. He goes, well, tell them to come on out. The music is great tonight. So he comes up, and he asked the band, 3 songs? He said he kept requesting songs for us to play. So the chief of police kept going, hey, play this one. Hey, play that one. And we'd play, and then he got his picture posed with us, which is here somewhere in the music store. So, but Chief Ross, sorry that he's gone, but we had a great time with Chief Ross. He was really a supporter of music in this town, and I appreciate that.
Oh, man, he's one of a kind. I mean, God bless him.
Now, you do an awesome imitation.
Oh, good Lord, he does.
Willie
yes,
Nelson.
he does. Would you be able to do a little bit of that young man tonight, a little bit?
Which one?
Willie? Do like a verse and a chorus?
Of you, I'm not a fault. And I would not have found you. Angel flying too close to the ground.
You know, if Willie's listening, he's going, dang, that's good.
I'll take the ribbon from your hair. Shake it loose and laugh fall. Yeah.
Yeah. Great Charlie.
That was awesome.
and you'll see Charlie do that occasionally on stage,
we
too.
did that a lot, man.
Yeah.
I love Willie, man. I got to meet Willie in Texas. We had a good old time.
Well, you got his mannerisms down. I remember the first time I heard you play that, I'm like going,
You
good
wasn't on
Lord,
his
it's like
bus,
playing with
was you?
Willie.
You wasn't on his bus, was you?
Was not on his bus, but he just got out of the hospital, so it was quite a treat. We had a.
Well, where are you going next, Charlie? I know you're writing. Predominantly, your workload is writing music. Are you got a big songwriting thing going on in the next few days?
I've had a couple of new cuts.
Anything you can tell about, or you got to wait? Hush, hush.
It's hush, hush. Yeah.
Hush, hush.
It's a good cut.
Now you had a few last year, didn't you? You had a couple cuts.
Three.
Anything you can tell about them? They're already out and about, aren't they? Or are they still in the works?
There's one at.
I know you had 2 on one guy's album. Charlie became human all of a sudden, so he's
I'm trying to think of. People are blowing my phone up here.
Yeah, so people are listening to the show. If you're interested in any Charlie Allen music, make sure you jump on our Facebook page, check us out, check Charlie out, and then jump on his Facebook page. He does have a Facebook page. Is it Charlie Allen Music? Is that what you got it under?
Yes.
Okay, so now spell your last name. Make sure, because there's a couple of ways you can spell Allen.
Allen.
Okay.
Here's a song I had cut. You got my back, babe, beating like a hangover, sneaking from a long, hard weekend again, all up in my head. I got my Barry White up to some snuggle up, stereo up to you and me, girl, all up in this bed. This bed. I got this stupid kind of crazy love. You get me high, baby, I don't mind. Come on and light me up. I got this stupid kind of crazy love. I'm losing my mind, baby, I don't mind. Come on and give it up. I just can't get enough of this stupid kind of crazy love. Uh-huh. Yeah. Here we go, Mark.
You know I can't repeat this with you.
Girl, you get me tripping when I'm sipping on your kisses. Leave me twisted like a piston in an engine, and I'm going insane. I'm storming all the greens, running all the reds. Girl, I can't get you out of my head. No way. No way. I got this stupid kind of crazy love. You get me high, baby, I don't mind. Come on and light me up. I got this stupid kind of crazy love. I'm losing my mind, baby, I don't mind. Come on and give it up. I just can't get enough of this stupid kind of crazy love. Uh-huh. Kind of crazy love. Yeah, this stupid, ooh, kind of crazy love.
Charlie Allen, everybody.
Great.
Well, we're so tickled to death that you can come out and do our show again. Charlie's done a couple of fam jams, probably 2 or 3 radio shows, and we've done numerous impromptu shows there at the Last Chance Saloon and out and about other places. So we're so glad Charlie's part of the family here at WFMC Jams. Where are you? What? Yeah, do you have your next concert planned already? You know where you're playing at next, where people can come out and see you?
Not exactly yet. I've had a couple of things
Okay.
should be in the next week. I should know.
All right. Yeah, make sure you jump on Charlie's Facebook page and his website. Find out where he's performing at, because, again, he's a handful inside the studio, but when you get him out and about, again, I've seen it firsthand many, many times. It's just fun. He's all about the show, all about the fun. It's all about singing and having fun. If it's not
if you
fun,
can't get out there and have fun, it ain't no
yeah.
good.
And again, I sat behind him and watched him just cut loose and just turn around and just make stuff up. We just start going, and we've had people come up to go, man, that was incredible. And Charlie goes, yeah, we just wrote that. Charlie just wrote that. And it's better than half the stuff on the radio. So I mean, Charlie's got that kind of talent. So we really appreciate you taking time coming out and doing the radio show. We got time for at least one more song. Anybody out there in the radio land you want to say hey to? Anyone listening? We got a lot of people hitting the Facebook page liking us. So
I'd like to thank everybody out there for listening, and just stay tuned, because there's a lot more great writers coming this way. Great songs, come by great things in life. So,
and we appreciate you being on our radio station. Charlie's again probably up there early on, one of the few first artists we got.
Yeah, one of the very.
I think him and Hank Sasaki and a couple of them were the very first ones to give us their music to start our radio station also.
And me.
And you, yes, it's you. So
I've been here since the beginning.
The beginning of time, yes. So you're older than I am. See?
Yeah.
But but Charlie was one of them that give us the music to help get our radio station started off with. So we appreciate that, Charlie.
Oh, and I tell you what, we wrote a song. I wish I could sing it. It's killer, but I can't. I don't have the range she's got.
Yeah, she's got some pipes, if you want to say, in the business. She can really belt them out.
Yes. So, it's a great song, but I can't sing it. But I'll do one. James Bell and Stan Allen I wrote that night we was freezing to death at your place. Remember
Okay. Oh, yeah, it's been a while back.
Other side, Charlie, other side.
Other side, yeah. But I thank you so much for having me on the show again.
We appreciate it.
This has been a phenomenal night.
Oh, yeah.
Really
Two
has.
great artists back to back.
This right here has been a great set. It really has.
Well, we appreciate it. Again, we want to thank Chris out there in New York at heatfmradio.com. Thank you, Chris, for sharing the music with us and spread it all over to your listeners, too. And also, Chris is doing the vinyl show, which will be tomorrow.
That's right, tomorrow, yes.
Yep, he'll be posting our vinyl show. We did a show about the states. We did a show about the states last Sunday, so you get a chance to hear some of the state songs, official state songs, which some are good, some weren't. It's kind of odd. Some sound like you're at a carnival. So, but yeah, check it out. We always did the state song first, and then we did a song about the state or city or an artist from that state. So check it out. He'll play that tomorrow from 10 o'clock Central Time till 6 or 9 till 5 Central Time. We had a lot of fun with that. So, Chris, thank you for sharing our music and our laughs. We're kind of an odd bunch out here. So, but again, make sure if you like the show tonight, go back on Facebook. You can listen to it. Charlie's been archived tonight, so you can hear the show in its entirety, almost immediately following the show when Brian hangs up this. So, who's our guest next week?
We have a couple more great guests next week.
Oh, it's probably you, isn't it?
No.
No?
No.
So it might be a good show next week.
We have Elena coming from Nashville.
Okay.
And Wayne Brose will be the other guest.
Outstanding.
And, of course, on the 14th of October will be the NSAI Day. We play all the National Songwriter Association.
Yes, so that'll be advertised on our Facebook page.
Yes.
That's the NSAI event. It's just their artists will be performing that. So,
and of course, if you guys are in dire need of entertainment, down south juking will be Friday the 13th at Megabytes in Crossville, Tennessee.
Megabytes, yes.
Megabytes, yes.
That's been there for quite a while, hasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll get a chance. It's our first time playing there, so we'll be in Crossville.
And then this coming weekend, this Saturday evening at the Smokehouse, will be my writer's night.
Okay.
I've got 3 other artists on stage with me.
Oh, this weekend. Huh?
Yeah, this Saturday. It'll be myself, Robin Taylor.
Oh, she's good.
Chris Long from Arkansas.
Yeah, he's good too.
And
he's unique.
Yes, yes. And Tabitha Turrington and myself.
No, I have yet to meet Tabitha, I think. I don't think I get to meet Tabitha, have we?
You have not met her yet.
So, but she's coming on the show sometime soon, isn't she?
And Robin has a really great studio out there in Woodbury. Yeah. It's really nice. Converted. It's a church, basically, that's been converted into a studio.
Awesome.
So that, acoustics,
It's a great place to play.
Well, excellent. So we got a good show coming up next week. And make sure you check out the show daily. We got great songwriters on our show 24/7. And then, again, if we got something coming up Saturday, we'll try to post it on our Facebook to let you know that we got something coming from the Palace in Crossville. If you get a chance, if you're anywhere in Crossville, go see the show. It's a beautiful theater. Charlie, you got to get up there and play there sometime. They have people. They have people from all over play, and their big names go in there.
We
and play.
need this guy down in McMinnville. We need him down there just as well.
Well, Charlie's a busy man. We got to talk to his people, who talks to their people. Who,
well, Diane just texted me, so I just got my manager.
No, is she listening?
She's like, "What's on the guitar?"
Yeah. So she obviously has been listening. Yeah. Nothing about great show, Charlie. What's on the guitar? So,
that's what
all right.
live does, don't it?
Well, let's put it back into Charlie's hands. Charlie, finish off. Let's give us one more song.
You know, I was thinking about closing this song. I need a capo, though. I got one in my case. I forgot.
Is it your case?
He's up and running.
Anyway, this song I wrote with a good friend of mine, Pam Wolf, and thank you so much. And, well.
Where's his guitar tech when you need it?
Too many songs today. This song, probably one of the best songs I ever wrote, really.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's got a great story to it. In the heart of every man, there's a boyhood dream. The first taste of love will leave a lasting memory. All the years come and go, can't erase. And all the love I'll ever know, it can't replace. Violets and violets remind me of how we were then, too young to know where love might lead, but old enough to know its melody. There was magic in the air, pretty flowers braided in your hair. I think about you every now and then. Violets and violins. We skipped stones across the pond. I took her hand. I finally found a way to ask her to the sweetheart dance. I still feel they were in my arms like it was yesterday. Smell the flowers in her hair like it was yesterday. With violets and violins remind me of how we were then, too young to know where love might lead, old enough to know its melody. There was magic in the air, all those flowers scattered everywhere. I think about you every now and then. Violets and violins. Why the good die young, I still don't understand. And if it really was a part of heaven's plan, I hold you in my arms again someday, where the flowers live forever and the music will always play. And I'll see you in heaven someday, with violets and violins remind me of how we were then, too young to know where love might lead, old enough to know its melody. There was magic in the air, there she was laying there. I think about you every now and then. Violets and violins. Violets and violins.
Charlie Allen, everybody. Charlie's been a pleasure to
Beautiful
have him back on our
song,
show.
Beautiful song.
I love that song. I need to cut it, really.
There you go.
I need to go demo it, really.
Yep.
It's such an immense song. The end right there, you add that line in, and then it really just puts a stamp on it. Where so immense, and the melody too.
It's like put a stamp on it, mail me back my heart.
There you go.
There you go.
There's another song.
Yep.
Now, I just gave you that, so right
Yeah,
there, I'm on
yeah.
it. I'm on it with you there.
Good.
You know, Charlie, I wish you'd play the song we wrote. Wait a minute, we haven't written one yet.
One day.
Well, again, Charlie, it's been a pleasure having you on the show again. We wish you all the best of luck.
Oh, man, thank you so much, Mark. Are you coming to Jacksonville for the Skinner thing?
No, I'm going to be in Gillsburg. I'm going to be at the crash site. Are you going down on the 20th in Jacksonville?
Uh-huh.
Is Skinner playing down there then? I saw they're playing like a day or two after. I didn't know if they're playing.
Right, and we're all singing at the grave.
Yeah, I figured there'd be a lot of people there. I'm actually going to be at the crash site. We're doing a private memorial site.
Yeah, that's kind of weird. You said, you told me the story about that.
Yeah, it was kind of hard how it all came together. It was a kind of like it was meant to be, divine intervention. But we were at the crash site. I was actually at the impact site 39 years ago to the day, and we were going to be down there on the 40th anniversary of the crash site. But it's a private little party, so there's not going to be a whole lot of people there for it. And some property has changed hands, so it made it even harder to get there. So we're going to be there doing our dedication to Ronnie and the group there. And I know you'll be down at the grave sites and stuff down there, and wish them all the best for me down there. And again, it's a tragedy. We lost, 44 years ago, last month I think it was, we lost Jim Croce, and then 40 years ago next month we will have lost Ronnie Van Zant and Steve and Cassie and Dean and the two pilots. So, and then of course the rest of the band went through some trials and tribulations after that with the healing process. But what a great band. You're sitting right underneath the poster of that band. Matter of fact, the tour that happened that they crashed on, we got a poster of them right above Charlie Allen. So good luck in Jacksonville.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Take some good pictures and make some good friends down there. You and I were at the Van Zant thing a year ago in June. What a great bunch of people down there. And
we had a blast.
And I tell you, we've told this, and Charlie said this before, the Van Zants are royalty to me in Southern rock history. I mean, they're...
You got the whole history in your hands.
Yeah, I got the whole history in my hands. Yeah, couldn't find Charlie. But, and then Charlie couldn't find me. I was supposed to go back up and play with Shantytown and the one Van Zant guy, but I didn't get a chance to. But I was holding the history, and Charlie was looking for me. But we got a chance to go down there and hang with the Skinner folk, with a lot of the Van Zants. And they were just the nicest people on the planet. They were so happy that you got the chance to come down there and dedicate. You wrote a song for Jimmy Van Zant. And they were so proud that Charlie came down there and performed for them. And I got to be a part of that. Thank you, Charlie, for taking me down there with you.
Yeah.
But they're just the nicest people. So tragedy to the family. So good luck in Jacksonville. While you're in Jacksonville, you're where the final resting spot. I'm going to be at the crash impact site. So kind of our little sad memorial and tribute to them guys. So great band. Sorry they were gone far too soon. But with that, Charlie, I'm going to close the show off. I want to say thank you again for coming out.
Well, thank you. And I'd like to say hi to Eddie Montgomery out there. Troy passed on the helicopter.
Yes.
And I know it's a big loss to him and his family.
Again, way too soon. Nice guy, too soon.
Or you just give me a hug.
Well, if it works, just remember your buddy, Charlie. So, but again, we've lost some good ones. Dave Hubeck from Molly Hatchet, we just lost him last week too. So,
Don Williams the same day as Troy.
Ron Williams same day as Troy. Don Williams, I'm sorry, yeah.
That was yeah.
Don the same day, yeah. But with that, we'll end the show. Thank you, Charlie, and for the DJs here with me. Awesome Andy, Velvet Presley, the Hillbilly Heartthrob. Brian down there in Command Center, the IT guru. Uncle Lair out there in North Beach in New Hampshire. Keep it rocking out there, boys. I'm Mark the DJ Doctor. Thank you, Charlie, and we'll all see you next week.